Oh my god, what the hell is that? I can't believe Mikey's girlfriend is in trouble. Huh. Okay, I need to come up with something as soon as possible, because if I don't get you out, then everyone's gonna be in trouble. And let's you just hold on to me as tight as you can. That's it, you're perfectly safe now. But what was that? Huh?
I don't even know how to describe it to you. The thing is, I was just hanging out here, and then something started to pull me right inside the mountain. So how would you feel about us blowing up that passageway and checking it out?
Look, I like this idea. I don't have anything to do today anyway, so I'm really looking forward to learning the secret of this mountain. And something tells me we're gonna find something interesting. By the way, it looks kind of weird. It's probably some kind of cursed cave, which means there could be a lot of different monsters in there. But I think I can defeat them today. The most important thing is that I have a weapon, and that's what I'm gonna have to find inside.
Booyah!
That's terrible.
Yes!
Look at all that bone count. I'm guessing a lot of villagers disappeared. But what kind of monster is doing all this? I'm guessing it's a lot stronger than the usual kinds of monsters we've seen.
You know, something tells me it might not be a monster, but a person. In which case, that would be even worse, because how could anyone do such a horrible thing? By the way, there's some kind of bunker in the front, so we can check to see who's in there. And to be honest, I think this place is gonna be more like a lab, because it's a really horrible environment. And here's the bunker, by the way. Just as I thought, it's where someone's doing their horrible experiments.
It's so nice to come to your lab after all. But I'm a little freaked out by the fact that one of the doors is open. Because when I leave, I always close them. Is it possible that I've been broken into?
JJ, I can't believe my eyes. Mikey was here the whole time, which means he was trying to kidnap me too. It's just awful. What are we supposed to do now? We have to stop him somehow.
For now, we just need to calm down. Look, apparently Mikey's using this portal to sneak into his base, which means we can use this teleporter to get out of here for now. Okay, well, everything should be working fine. So get faster to the teleport area, and once we're out there, we can figure out what to do with Mikey.
I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and that's because I'm sick of being kind. So I just want to blow up the whole village, and I have to take at least one villager for my experiments. So I need to be careful not to overdo it. I'm also really glad there's no JJ, because he would never let me do something this horrible. But as long as I have a rocket launcher, no one can stop me. And even JJ will have a hard time. So I'm the strongest one here. But I'm still a little conflicted about the entrance to my lab being open. And from what I understand, someone took a whole section of the mountain and blew it up. That's not good, because no one can know about that place. Although if I do find someone in my bunker, I can just destroy them, and then I wouldn't have any problems at all. By the way, I forgot about the villager I need to kidnap. Oops! It's still fun to watch me take down an entire village by myself, and even if there were golems, they couldn't stop me, so I don't have to be afraid of anything. So, the villagers I've managed to round up, which means now I need to get my meanism up and running. And I think this time, I'm going to be able to get some really cool warriors in my army. What a long time it's taken me to get to this point. But no one can stop me now, which means I'll be the new ruler of this world.
Looks like we teleported pretty far away from the mountain. And why does it smell so weird in here? Oh, right. There's a house on fire. Oh my god, that's awful. I think we should put it out as soon as possible. Come on, let's go. Lucky for us, there's a fire extinguisher right outside this house. Someone else probably tried to put it out already, but thought they couldn't. But I know it's possible, so I gotta get back to work.
Just please be very careful, because if anything happens to you, I'm gonna have to deal with Mikey on my own, and I don't think I can handle that. So survive.
Don't worry, I'll be fine either way. All because this is a surprisingly very good and working fire extinguisher. If it wasn't for it, it would have taken me a very long time to put out such a big house. But still, of course, there's a lot of fire here. And I feel like if I don't find another one of those fire extinguishers, I won't have enough. And that's when I could get in trouble. So I should look in the trunks. So, I was able to get the fire out of this house. But now I have another problem. And that's that I need to save all the villagers. And I don't know how many lived here, do I? Although it looks like I'm not going to be able to save them all. In any case, I will do everything in my power to save the villagers, and they're doing a great job because they've realized they need to hide themselves. Although building themselves up with blocks of wood during a fire is not a good idea. That's it. I was able to dig up my first villager pretty quickly, and I think he should come to his senses sooner or later. So I should continue my search and rescue the rest of the villagers in this house.
JJ, I can't believe that you alone were able to not only completely put out the fire, but also save the villagers. There's a reason everyone says you're a real hero. But who started the fire?
Now that's a very good question, but it seems to me that Mikey.
Just like I wanted, I now have my own personal army of super villagers. And the best part is that they listen to me. So now, I'm gonna take over villages one by one.
Look, something tells me we better make a potion for ourselves while we still have the chance. Because pretty soon, Mikey's gonna do something really bad.
Look, you're right. I did hurt myself a little bit when I put that house out, so I could use a healing potion. Might come in handy against Mikey too. What's that weird field? And for some strange reason, you can get through that field, but I can't. And that's too bad, because the ingredients I need are on the other side. What am I supposed to do? I could, of course, just make a ladder for myself and climb into that part of the house from the other side. But that would take me a long time, so I'd better see what I can find in the shelves. Maybe I'll get lucky. And if there's a harpoon here, that would be the coolest thing ever. So I just have to keep looking. Although I've already realized there's nothing here. Oh, wait, there's my lucky ticket. Who would have thought there'd be anything in here that I need? Now I can get to the top floor, and something tells me that's where I'll find the remote control for this field, which means I'm running out of time before I make the potion. All right, here's the remote. It took me a long time just to get to the ingredients I needed, and it's not like they're gonna be able to help me at all. By the way, I still have to find the weapon. Because right now, I don't stand a chance against Mikey, and I have to beat him. Judging by those water tanks, he's experimenting on villagers, which means he could already have an army of warriors, even though the villagers are weak.
JJ, how's that potion coming along? Were you able to get to the room you wanted? And by the way, while you were doing that, I was making sure we didn't have an enemy coming.
Don't worry, I'm all set. So in just a few minutes, we'll have one of the most powerful healing potions. At least I hope so, because I could have made a mistake and made the wrong potion. That's it. The potion is definitely ready now, so we can take it and get as far away from here as we can. Because like you said, Mikey's gonna be here any minute, and I'm not ready for that moment.
Thank you so much for healing us. I'm really bad at Varinia potions. So if I were making this potion, I'd probably just humiliate us.
By the way, don't you think that wherever we go now, we're gonna run into Mikey? So why don't I try to pick a fight with him?
Well, hello, JJ. Did you really think you could get away from me? I knew where you'd be the whole time, so now you're finished. And as you can see, I've gotten really big and strong, so you're gonna lose.
Mikey, there's no way I'm losing to you, even though you've gotten really strong. And I'm guessing it's all because of your horrible experience. I think you're on the wrong path, so I'm gonna have to stop you anyway.
What's wrong with deciding to be the best version of myself? As you may have noticed, I can now shoot more blocks at a time, and you don't even have the simplest of weapons. So why don't you just give up and call it a day?
Mikey, you sleep with me. There's no way I'm giving up in the face of the enemy. So we're gonna fight until one of us loses. And I really hope it's you, because you've become the villain.
Hey! Looks like you were wrong, because I can see your wings are starting to break, which means it won't be long before they break completely and you fall. And that will be the end of you.
I'm in so much pain, and it looks like I'm going to jail.
Oh, no!
Did Mikey forget that's not a good thing to do? Because I can still get out of it, and I think I should start right now. And I could really use Mikey's girlfriend's help, but she's still unconscious. So I'm gonna do this on my own, and I think I figured out where I need to get to, but I can't do it without more blocks. Which means I need to find the chest. And prisons like this always have a small passage against one of the walls. There you go, just like I said. And even now, I can see that there's a chest there. Hopefully it's got something useful in it. Great! Who would have thought the trunk would have what I needed? With the harpoon, I can get over the wall without any trouble, and I really hope there's a pickaxe or something waiting for me. I just have to hope Mikey hasn't left his army here to follow me, because if anyone sees what I'm doing here, there's no way out. So I got to do everything quietly and quickly. And on top of getting out, I got to save Mikey's girlfriend. And to be honest, I still don't understand why he locked her up too. Maybe they had a big beef. Okay, now I'm gonna find out what's in the next cell. And I take it it's just a puddle? No, it's a lot deeper than I thought. So I can dive in there and hope I find something. It's likely that this passage was used to connect the two chambers, but not everyone has the strength to hold their breath for that long, and if I don't find anything useful in the next chamber, I'm in trouble, because I won't be able to get out. But I'm still very lucky, because it has everything I need to make dynamite, so I can still make a quick getaway, and I think I should start working right away. First, I'm gonna need to gather some gunpowder. I'll also need to collect a large amount of sand, and I could do it myself, but then I wouldn't be able to get out before Mikey got here. So I'm gonna spend some resources and make myself a shovel. It'll go faster that way. I was also very afraid that there wouldn't be enough resources for me to do anything. But in the end, there is so much powder and sand that I can make several blocks of dynamite at once, and I'm gonna need them. And as soon as I can get out, I want to find Mikey as soon as possible and destroy him. But I realize I can't do that yet, so I'm gonna have to find a good weapon. By the way, I think I have just about the right amount of sand, so I'll gather a couple more blocks just in case and can move on to the workbench, because that's the only way I'm gonna be able to make all the stuff I need to escape. Well, that's it. Now I can definitely go make my own dynamite, but I hadn't thought about how I was going to activate it. It's a good thing this room has silicon and iron to make a lighter. Also, Mikey's girlfriend could have come to her senses by now, because when the explosion happens, I won't be able to protect her, so she's definitely gonna get hurt. But I guess that's a lot better than staying in jail. All right, now I have dynamite. More than one block of dynamite. So now I'm gonna make a quick lighter and activate it. It's nice to have water. I won't feel any damage in it. And by the way, once I detonate the dynamite, everyone will know I made it out. So I'm gonna have to save Mikey's girl real quick and get as far away as I can, because we're gonna get caught again. Great, now I'm free, which means now I don't have to be happy. I have to set another stick of dynamite and save the girl. And only when we're safe can we rejoice. In the meantime, I'm sticking to the plan.
JJ, thank you so much for saving me. But now we have to move on. And it seems to me that if we're not gonna have a problem, we'd better blow that wall up.
Something tells me you don't even have to blow up this wall. Just break it down with your hands. Well, it's like I said, so let's break the wall down real quick. And it looks like we got a sewer line ahead of us. That's very good. In the current situation, I'd rather run through the sewers than get into a fight with Mikey, because I think he can knock me out with one punch, and then there's no point in us running away.
By the way, don't you think that even in the sewers it wouldn't be that easy? Someone might have figured out we could escape through this place. So I see some kind of door there.
Now, that's not a good thing, because I know exactly what I have to do to open this door. There's a reason there are books on the floor, and I'm sure they have examples to solve. And I take it you can't do math fast enough? In that case, I'll do it. And I could just try to find the password, but it could be anything, so it's faster to solve the examples this way.
I believe you can do it. In the meantime, I can stay in jail and make sure no one gets to us. Because if we get spotted, we're not gonna have time to do anything to escape.
I think you can just rest for now, because I feel like there's really no one else here but us. It's been a long time since the explosion, but no one's come running. That's why I think we're alone. All right, well, it's time for me to start solving examples. I have to pick up all the books off the floor first, and I'm so glad there's only 4, because if there were more, it would take me a very long time to solve them.
You know, it looks like you're right about us being alone. So maybe we shouldn't rush into things. It's not like anyone's coming after us anyway, but I still want to get out of here as fast as I can.
I think I can understand you. The sewer smells pretty bad after all, so I want to get out as soon as possible too. But don't worry, I'm very good at solving examples, so in just a couple more minutes, we'll have an opening. Okay, that's it. I'm done solving all the examples, so now all I have to do is look at the answers and put them in the lock correctly. Then the door will open and we can move on. It's been a long time in prison after all.
Where are we going to go now? You said you wanted to find Mikey.
I take it no one's gonna let us out of this place for nothing.
Oh,
and
no!
who'd have thought that after the sewers, we'd have to go through the trials? I just hope it's not too many, and we can get through it quickly. And okay, if it was parkour, I could get through it really fast. But there's even logs, which means we're in for something a little more challenging. And I really hope it's not a maze, because then I'm screwed.
Don't worry, I think you'll be fine. It's not the first time you've been in this situation. It's a little unusual for me, but Mikey taught me how to get through something like this, so I'll be fine.
Looks like Mikey was able to get some use out of it. But other than that, I don't get him at all. Why would he even want to take over the world? I thought he was just playing games at home. Turns out he's been doing experiments for a long time. Well, as soon as I can get out, I'll figure out how to stop him. And look, it looks like we got through the first challenge quickly. So now let's try to get through the second one. I think it's easier.
The most important thing is not to make mistakes.
Yes!
Because if any of us get caught in this press, there is no way to survive. And by the way, I can see the door, so there's a chance this is the last test.
I'm so glad we could make it,
Booyah!
which means now we can at least try to stop Mikey. And I see there's a very large mountain of dynamite. So how would you like us to use it? After all, a place as horrible as this shouldn't exist.
Yes!
And since there's a lot of dynamite here, we'll quickly be able to plant it all and then activate it.
Boom, boom,
I still
boom.
have a lighter.
I may have to defend Mikey, but he's way out of line. So, yeah, I totally agree with you. We need to destroy everything Mikey's done as soon as possible. And him too.
I think that's a little over the top. Although if Mikey doesn't admit his guilt and continues to attack me, then I have no choice. But still, the first thing I have to do is destroy his cave.
Yes!
That way he won't be able to continue. It's a good thing he's not here right now, because if Mikey saw all this, he'd try to stop me as fast as he could, and then my whole plan would have failed. But now it's going even better than I thought.
And by the way, don't forget you still have a good distance to run. Because if you stand there with that much dynamite, there's not much left.
Don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. Now I'm calm and even glad that I was able to beat Mikey. I'm still a long way from a complete victory, but it's a start.